Stay calm. Here's how to survive on a deserted island. Survival tip number 1. Signal for rescue. The sooner you return to civilization, the better. Your best chance of escape is rescue, so use your resources to signal any ships or planes that may pass by. For example, in 2016, 3 men were marooned on an island 500 miles southeast of Guam. They used palm leaves to spell out "help" on the beach and were rescued 3 days later after the plane spotted their sign. But rescue may not always come so quickly. Survival tip number 2. Avoid injury. Your feet are some of your most important and vulnerable survival tools. Paul Hart, a former Royal Navy lieutenant commander, says that the first piece of equipment you should look for in the wreckage are rubber boots. Boots will protect you from cutting your feet as you reach the shore and explore the island for food and fresh water. Which brings us to our next tip. Survival tip number 3. Find fresh water. While a human can survive for 40 days without food, we can't live any more than 8 to 10 days without water. Sources of fresh water include caves, rain, and making your own from salt water. Former Navy SEAL Clint Emerson says you need 2 containers to convert salt water to fresh. First, fill a can with salt water. Then put a second container over the can to collect the fresh water that evaporates from the can. You'll need at least 1 liter of water per day to survive. Once you have a source of fresh water, survival tip number 4, find food. The type of food available depends on where you're marooned. For example, Alexander Selkirk, who was likely the inspiration for Robinson Crusoe, was marooned on an island near Chile. At first, he survived on spiny lobsters near the shore. But later, he ventured further inland and discovered goats, which he used for milk and food until rescue over 4 years later. But what if you're marooned somewhere less tropical, like Antarctica? That's exactly what happened to the crew of the Endurance in 1915 when their ship became trapped by encroaching sea ice and eventually sank. In addition to the rations they had on board, the 28-man crew hunted seals and penguins to survive until rescue in 1916. Suffice it to say, vegetarianism isn't common among castaways. In the end, it doesn't matter where you end up, so long as you keep calm and stay positive. The right mindset could mean the difference between life and death.